Christian teachers, parents and pupils are increasingly facing difficulties as the education system becomes more secular. Sometimes schools feel they have no option but to follow all of the advice given to them by pressure groups with their own agendas and their vague appeals to the Equality Act. But what does the law really say? We're now on to the third video in our series, and we'll see this time that state schools are under a legal duty to provide education without indoctrinating children or seeking to recruit them to any cause or campaign. Under the Human Rights Act 1998, it is unlawful for a public authority, such as a state school, to act in a way which is incompatible with a European Convention right. This has nothing to do with the European Union, and so will be unaffected by Brexit. One such right says that the state shall respect the right of parents to ensure their children receive education which is in line with their own religious and philosophical convictions. State schools are required to educate children in an objective, critical, and pluralistic manner, enabling pupils to develop a critical mind. They are forbidden to pursue an aim of indoctrination that might be considered as not respecting parents' religious and philosophical convictions. And this isn't limited to just religious education. The court explicitly says it applies to all subjects, including sexual education and ethics. The European Convention also requires the state, and therefore state schools, to respect people's privacy and their private life. And the UK Supreme Court agrees, saying within limits, families must be left to bring up their children in their own way. The law is also clear that schools should not advance a political agenda. The Education Act 1996 forbids maintained schools in England and Wales from promoting political views in any subject, and requires them to ensure differing views are presented in a balanced way. One controversial issue that courts have repeatedly stated may be considered political, as well as religious and moral, is same-sex marriage. And similar principles apply to other LGBT issues. Let's say a school celebrates Purple Friday. Pupils are expected to wear a purple item of clothing in support of a transgender activist group. All around the schools are banners with the slogan, "Trans rights are human rights," and pupils are expected to give donations to the group. In an assembly, a teacher says that people must be allowed to change legal sex simply by saying so, and no alternative view is expressed at any point. This would be unlawful promotion of a particular political view. On the other hand, perhaps there is a class of sixth form students who are asked to write 3 arguments in favour of restricting women's facilities to biological women, and 3 arguments in favour of opening them up to all who self-identify as women. If someone were to complain that asking students to consider restricting facilities is exclusionary and transphobic, the school can respond that there has been a balanced and critical treatment of the arguments on both sides, and so the teaching is appropriate. Next time, we'll be considering how people cannot be required to endorse or celebrate a cause with which they disagree. For more information, download a copy of Equipped for Equality, a booklet explaining all of this in greater detail. Look out for more videos in the coming weeks.